All right, San Francisco 49ers general manager John Lynch just made a pretty interesting comparison for 49ers rookie cornerback Upton Stout. He compared the fifth round rookie to Hall of Famer Rondé Barber. And as you guys know, John Lynch was teammates with Rondé Barber, so he knows Rondé's game very well, considering they're both defensive backs, both Hall of Famers, and both played in the same defense. Obviously, Upton Stout has been one of the best rookies. Honestly, he's been one of the best players of training camp so far, and clearly has caught the eye of general manager John Lynch. Take a listen to what John Lynch had to say. I mean, he goes on and on about Upton Stout right here as John Lynch joined KMBR.
Good. This whole class has been really good, but I tell you, Upton Stout, anybody who, you don't have to have a real trained eye. You just come to practice, and you always have to be careful, like making comparisons to Hall of Fame players. But I played with a nickel at Tampa, Rondé Barber, and they wear the same number, so it's really easy to kind of. But the feistiness, the competitor that Upton is, and that kind of drives his entire game. Now you have to have a skill set, and Upton certainly has that. But just the feistiness, the competitor. Upton came the other day, and there was a toss play, and Upton's not the biggest dude in the world, and he had to set an edge, which was basically say, okay, this play's stopping here. It's going to turn back against Spencer Burford, and he didn't shy away one iota, and he set the edge, and that's what Upton's all about. He can cover really well, and he's relentless with his effort, like very reminiscent of like Fred Warner type effort. And so that shows up, that plays in our league all day long. And so he's been really, really good. But this entire rookie class is going to be fun to watch these guys develop, because they're all they all can carve out a role on our team.
You should have known this about Upton when he said, "Let's do it, let's do it." Right? Come on.
He's certainly the best draft call ever, and that's what I was hoping, is that his play would live up to that phone call. But I think that phone call was indicative that this is a guy who loves football, and he's been doing it every day.
If you followed my camp reports, or you kind of have been watching along, you would understand that I've also spoken very glowingly about Upton Stout, and probably anyone who's been at training camp. It's easy to see just how well he's playing. And I tweeted about this a couple days ago, and just mentioning how one of the remarkable things about Upton is how he has gotten better since pads have come on. And, typically you'll have guys who will flash, in just helmets, because there's no physicality really. And I always say that pads are the greatest equalizer, because it really separates the men from the boys. And that's been one of the most awesome things to watch with Upton, is that once the pads came on, he got better, because I think he's just a physical player. And so when the pads came on, he was able to use that physicality to his advantage. And he's 5'8", but short king stand up. He is balling. It doesn't matter, how big he is, because his heart it goes crazy. And that's the thing, and that's one of the reasons why, I've never shied away from, players who don't fit the measurable category, because some of the best players I've ever seen don't fit the measurable, elite category. Some of them are, think about guys like Joe Montana. Think about guys like Tom Brady, not physical specimens or anything like that, but they're wired the right way. They're competitive, and that's one of the things, with Upton Stout that is fully apparent, is that this guy is a competitor, and he is not afraid of contact. You heard John Lynch talk about how he, is making plays in the run game. That's been one of my favorite things of Upton Stout. Yes, with a cornerback, can you cover? Yes, he can. But when you're a nickel, you have to be a part of, you're in the box a lot. So you have to be able to disengage blocks, make tackles against running backs. And with Upton Stout being 5'8", there's a good chance that more often than not, those running backs are going to be larger than he is, and he does not shy away from contact. He plays extremely well around the line of scrimmage, and that's to me why I believe he will be a week 1 starter, is because he's a complete cornerback. He can cover, he can be an aid in the run game, and in the last practice he was used off the edge in some blitz packages and was getting home in a hurry. So yeah, I have the same level of excitement for Upton Stout as John Lynch, but you guys let me know what you think about the comparison. Is it too early? GMs don't typically, they would rather keep it close to the vest, but I think just like, John Lynch has mentioned, we can all see how impactful Upton has been, and that is a great thing for the San Francisco 49ers. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.